Hello everyone, how you doing? I hope you're well. So today I'm going to look at information messages for the next couple of weeks. I drew a card off camera this morning and it was from the Enchanted map by Colette Baron-Reid. And the card is the Strength card. Absolutely beautiful card. Before I go back to the actual image on the card, the first message I received from Spirit regarding the Strength card was about, for some of us, it could be time to dive in something new. Now, going back to the card, you can see this woman is about to take a big step forward. Who knows? She maybe feel like she's stepping outside her comfort zone or need to take a leap of faith. Now, I also noticed, if you look at the picture, she's holding the world. And to me, it means the world is your oyster. You can manifest anything you want in this life, basically, during these times. If you look at the top of the actual world, you can see this not, I wouldn't say it's a mature tree. To me, it's growing. It represents potential opportunity for growth and new beginnings. So the actual image, I mean, is giving us so much positive energy, saying, you know what, if you're thinking about stepping outside your comfort zone, taking a leap of faith, this is the time to do it. Remember, the world is your oyster. So, of course, it can be overwhelming. Um, Moving to an unknown situation can be nerve-wracking. I do get it. Sometimes fear, doubt just reappear. And the strength card is basically reminding us that maybe it's time for us to go within to find the inner strength, the courage, the personal power, the strong will and determination to help us move forward and manifest what we want to manifest in our lives. There is also an aspect as a reminder that when we find the inner strength, it's helping us to find the confidence to overcome growing fear, doubts, and challenges. There is also a message for people who are already in a challenging phase that we are encouraged to find the power within ourselves to persevere, not to give up. It's not the time to give up, but just go with the flow and understand that this is part of the process. So overall, the strength card, I feel that for anyone out there, if you feel that it's time to start anew, you've got a project in mind, but yes, you're a bit nervous about it, this is the time to take the step forward and remind yourself that the world is your oyster. Absolutely beautiful. So now I'm going to draw a few tarot cards. And this week I'm going to use the Good Tarot, also by Colette Baron-Reid, and just see what other information spirits wants to share with us related to the strength card. Let's have a look. Bear with me a few seconds. I'm going to look at the cards. Very powerful message. And they are all major arcana cards, which is very, very interesting. If I remember correctly, last month we had a similar situation like that. Especially if you're not familiar with tarot cards, when there are mainly major arcana in a reading, it means that we are talking about life-changing events that are going to have a long-term effects. Okay, we are talking about important lessons to be learned. So again, if we go back to this card, I'm talking about opportunity for growth. And when you have major arcana, we're not talking about a process which is going to happen overnight. It's a long-term, medium to long-term process. It may take weeks or months. And let's face it, based on the strength card, yes, you have to compose yourself and you have to go within in order to find the inner strength and courage to move forward. So it's a process that has to take a certain amount of time in order for you to feel comfortable and finally take a step forward. Now, let's look at the cards. The first card is the Tower card. Now, I know generally people who have some knowledge about tarot decks and tarot cards and have readings, you don't really want to have the Tower in your reading. I do understand that because the Tower can represent sudden change in your life. And the Tower moment, as I call it, can turn your life upside down. And especially when you don't expect it, you can feel lost and quite insecure during this process, wondering what the heck is happening. But we need to remember one of the main message with the Tower card. I know on this picture you can't see it, but on other tarot decks, you can see the tower on fire. You can see the tower starting to crumble. And it's a symbol of crumbling of the old. So it's all about releasing what no longer serves you in your life. Okay. But there are the messages from the tower. First of all, it's a time maybe to examine all patterns, all beliefs from, let's say, from a fresh perspective as well. Okay. And look back and see what you've achieved with them, and suddenly realizing, you know what, by assessing right now where I'm at, maybe it's time to move on. Maybe it's time to release these old patterns or beliefs. Okay, this is the first one. The second one, we've been given the opportunity as well to free ourselves from old way of thinking. And I think this is very important. If you go back with the strength card, okay, quite often we are dealing with fear and doubts. And those emotions are valid, of course they are. But sometimes they go back childhood, from even generations. And I think the tower is going to help us to free ourselves from old emotions that no longer serves us, okay? And way of thinking, especially if we have a tendency to be negative and being fearful. You know, when we are in that place of fear, it's so difficult to stay positive. So this is the other message. But going back to potentially having a sudden change, with the Tower card, we don't have to go through a sudden change. The other message is it's more about self-realization that something has to be done. Okay. So this is going to help the process to clear whatever no longer serves us in our lives. So it can be patterns, it can be way of thinking, it can be emotion, but it can be as well more in our physical world, relationships, jobs, you name it. So this is quite important. This is part of this process, okay, of manifesting something new. We first need to clear what no longer serves us in our lives. Now, the second card is the High Priestess. And oh boy, the High Priestess is all about the divine feminine. It's about tapping into our intuition. It's about sacred knowledge. It's about enlightenment. It's about connecting to our higher self. It's about finding knowledge and wisdom. So, in some way, again, it's related to the Strength card. The High Priestess energy, the divine feminine, is going to help us to go within and find the courage, the inner strength, the personal power, the strong will and determination to move forward. So she's there basically, especially in situations where we need to deal with patterns um, that are subconsciously there. Was patterns been there for quite a while actually. She's inviting us. She's encouraging us to go within and find the wisdom and knowledge to help us to move forward towards something new. There is also another message with the High Priestess. The High Priestess represents what I call the unseen magic. And what I mean by that is the connection with the divine. When we decide to manifest something new in our lives, of course, we have some, what I call the pieces of the jigsaw puzzles. We know them because we started planning, we started to put some of the things into motions. But let's not forget, when we try to manifest something new, we collaborate with spirit. So obviously, we know what we want to manifest. We have an idea how we want to manifest, but where it can be challenging, I would say, especially if you're not a patient person, we don't know what's happening behind the veil, what spirit is doing, organizing in order to help us to manifest what we want to manifest in our lives. So the High Priestess is reminding us to trust, to have faith with our collaboration with spirit, to be patient. Okay. Yes. So remember, especially if you feel that you're not quite ready yet to take the step forward, go within. Go within to find that inner strength, inner courage to move forward. And the High Priestess will help you. The energy of the High Priestess will help you to find that inner strength and courage, the knowledge, the wisdom to move forward, to be confident enough to move forward. Absolutely beautiful. Now, the third card is the Chariot. It's interesting because with the Chariot card, there is an aspect of strength, okay? But it's a different type of strength to the strength I was talking about, from the Strength card. The Strength card is about inner strength, going within to find that inner strength. The Chariot is more what I call an outer strength. We're going first through a process of going within to find the knowledge, to find the wisdom, to find that inner strength, courage, personal power to move forward. Then, when we are in that place where we feel confident enough, courageous to move forward, then we take action. And the chariot is about moving forward, progressing, taking action. It's not the time to be passive, it's the time to take action. So it's all about focusing, concentrating. You focus on your goal. And there is another message as well, as a warning, but nothing serious. From the chariot card, as you can see, there are two horses, one white, one dark, which is a symbol of duality here. And it's interesting because one of the key thing here, while you're traveling, you know, and you are driving the chariot moving forward in order to get to your final destination, the key here is to stay balanced, okay? But it's quite possible that one of the horses, like I can see the dark one, wants to go to another direction. And there is a kind of message here. I know I personally experienced it in the past. It is quite possible that some of you may experience people trying to stop you or distract you while you're trying to move forward towards your goal. It's nothing nasty. Quite often it's because sometimes people can be envious and jealous, but more often it's subconscious. What I mean by that, you need to understand sometimes you're trying to share your excitement to people saying, yeah, I'm making a major change in my life. And what they do, they're trying to imagine themselves in a similar situation. Then the fear is coming up. And what they're doing to you, they're sharing their fear, saying, but what are you doing? Are you sure you want to do this? And that can create doubt again and fear on your side, on your part. So the word, the message, the key message here is to ignore all the distraction around you, okay? And just focus on your goal. Focus on what you want to manifest in your life. Focus on the final destination. But don't be, what's the term, influenced by the distraction. If people are trying, to stop you manifesting something new in your life. I know I experienced it the last time about 5 years ago. Okay. And yes, sometimes you're thinking, maybe they're right. But no. Remember, she's about intuition. Trust your intuition. If your intuition tells you this is absolutely fine, keep moving forward, take action, you're going to manifest what you want to manifest in your life. And basically, the Chariot is saying to you exactly that. If you stick to it, you're moving forward, you are not distracted by others, and you are focusing on your goal and final destination, you are going to be successful. So, as a reminder, the world is your oyster. There is so much potential for growth and new beginnings at the moment. Just bear that in mind and don't be distracted by others. Just focus on your goal and your final destination, and you'll be absolutely fine. So that's it for this week. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing and liking. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel to receive notifications on future videos. If you would like a personal intuitive reading with me, please check my website. You'll find the link down below in the description box. So thank you again for watching. Take care of yourself. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.